business owners who redefine success, who invest in people, who give back to their community, are not simply business owners. They are SD Metro Business Rockstars.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of SD Metro Business Rockstars. I'm your host, Madeline McCormick, and today we're interviewing Miguel Boggiano of Business Cleaning Services.
The Business Cleaning Company.
The Business Cleaning Company.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much.
Nice and simple, yeah.
How are you today?
Not bad, Madeline. Thank you for having me.
Of course, we're so glad to have you. Tell us a little bit about your business. So you go into mostly luxury, or you go into any kind of business and do these services?
We service a different array of businesses, from dealerships, school, church, and retail. However, lately we have been growing on the high-end luxury goods because it's an industry that really fit our motto of business.
Okay.
And it's different than any other business. Services get done in the morning before the store opens. And we got to make, of course, there are places that have very expensive merchandise, and we got to make it look good and make everything shine, from glass, chrome, mirrors, and have it ready for when they open. You know, the clientele can go and appreciate those beautiful purses or whatever the merchandise is that they're selling.
For sure. And how do you think that your business model, being a cleaning service and considering the state of our global environment today with lots of different, infections or different things going around, how do you go into these businesses and kind of help their customers see that they have a clean and sanitized space?
Very, very good question. During these times, the first thing we do is completely wipe down all high traffic surfaces with disinfectant, and then we proceed with the regular cleaning to give the customers that are entering those facilities a peace of mind. Sure. We have heard from our workers that customers like that because we have a day porter constantly cleaning high traffic surfaces, and they feel comfortable shopping in that kind of environment.
Right.
Because we're constantly cleaning and disinfecting the areas that mostly touch, like counters, glass, candles, and things like that. So.
Sure. And I mentioned at the beginning, luxury businesses, because on your website, there's this beautiful promo video. If you get the opportunity to check out Miguel's website, they have this amazing video where they go into all the stores that they serviced on Rodeo Drive. But my thought there is, do you do mostly luxury, or are you in all kinds of businesses all over Southern California?
No, not only luxury. We're very strong on the Western region, but we are basically nationwide.
Okay.
And we service, like I mentioned, auto dealerships, biotech companies, schools, universities, anyone that would like to use our services. They can reach us, via our website, and we can provide them with a very reasonable quote on
sure.
what they need. And we do the daily cleaning, carpets, floors. We have certified floor technicians that work on all types of floor surfaces, and glass, window, whatever is needed to make a facility look good.
For sure.
Much, yeah.
Yes, I noticed power washing,
Yes.
Lots of stuff.
Yes.
And
yes.
these technicians, they have certain qualifications or certifications that are necessary to work for you. Can you talk about that?
Yes, our floor technicians are IICRC certified, where they're constantly being trained on different floor surfaces that we need to treat and maintain, because everything changes through the time. And architects and designers, when they design a building, they want to make it look beautiful, but sometimes they don't consider that the surfaces they're using for the building, they're hard to maintain. For instance, right now we're doing an event in Rodeo Drive where the floors are painted with wall paint. And we have to go there and make sure that we clean it soft enough, but hard enough at the same time to remove scuff marks and any other dirt spots. And that event has carpet, painted floors, epoxy floors, plexiglass floors.
Oh, wow.
So you can only imagine the challenge for the technicians to work on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But we're very successful at doing it, and it requires constant training for our floor technicians.
Now, clearly this is a really valuable business to have in the times that we're living. How did you get started?
That's also a very good question. I was always on the sales field. I was on the actually medical sales field, and I always liked sales. But after a while, and I was good at it. I was always top producer, of the month, end of the year, and winning all these trips to Hawaii, et cetera, et cetera.
Well.
So I was thinking, I want to start my own business, and let's see what is out there. So I went to this seminar where they show you the different businesses that are available and which ones are fast startups.
Okay.
And one of the top ones was printing. The other one was janitorial. And janitorial attracted me, number one, because you didn't require a high investment to begin. And number two, I always had that attraction to cleanliness, if I can say that, because at home, my dad was very strict about keeping things clean. And I think I grew up with that mentality of seeing things clean. So using my sales background, I started getting my own accounts and, growing our company and growing our revenue and trying to, choose and pick businesses that were good for us. And I think by doing that, we were very successful on growing nationwide now.
For sure.
Yeah.
And with that growth, there comes a lot of recruiting. And you've talked about how those employees that you seek have to have certain qualifications or certifications to work with you. Has there been any challenges or maybe even growth in recruiting over the last couple of years, given our global climate?
Yeah, like always, especially during this times, is hard to recruit. But we have our business motto give us the access to different teams in different areas. And by having strategic alliances on certain cities, we have a quick capability to provide a good working staff to our customers.
Okay.
And that's something hard to achieve, but we are constantly keeping a high database of teams that we can use. And I call it match.com because we match the right building with the right crew. It takes an initial, a little bit of work to do that, but once you implement the service, it should stay like that, and the team should stay in the building for a long, long time, which is what customers like. They don't like a high turnover.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They want to work with people that they trust and that they like, especially when it comes to, getting something taken care of that has to be done on a consistent basis and done well. Mm-hmm. And that's hard sometimes.
Yeah, and that's the key word, trust. Our goal is to win the customer's trust so they feel comfortable letting us in their building and using our services.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. We've talked greatly about a lot of your successes and how you've grown, where you came from. How about challenges? Is there anything that has kind of tripped you up in your business or maybe put you at a disadvantage at some point in time that you've overcome, solutions you've had to come up with?
Yes, through the years, we during 2008, when the big recession hit, we had to reinvent ourselves, and customers that used our services full time or 7 days a week were forced to let us go. I mean, they couldn't afford a cleaning service. They were more concerned about staying in business as well. So we modified our frequency of services and, offer them, instead of being there 7 days a week, we can probably service your building 2 or 1 time a week, at least, to be there. And number one, to help and keep their building clean, and number two, to keep the customer as well.
Mhm.
Other challenges that, of course, we had was during COVID, to find people to go to work because everyone was getting sick.
Mhm.
Since we have a good amount of teams that we can choose from, we had to. We were very successful at that because, if one team was getting sick and they had a quarantine, we had another team that can go and cover for that. So luckily, we overcame that, and we still, up to this day, getting a huge amount of requests for COVID cleaning.
Yeah.
We provide to our customers, where we got to be completely gowned up and using the proper PPE to protect our workers and to keep the facilities clean and disinfected as well.
For sure. Relationships seem to be a really important part of your business.
They are.
You want to do work for people that, you can rely on a consistent relationship with, and people want to do work with you because you have that trust, and you've given them basically a private staff that comes to their office and does their work for them. So how have you kind of managed, I guess what I'm asking is, some of the turnover in building those relationships with people? Do you do a lot of work with the same people, or how do you get new business?
That's an important point, because most of our business comes to us by word of mouth. And, customers, they know they would do a good work, recommend, someone that requesting for a lead or anything like that. So we're lucky enough, if I should say that, to get good referrals from current customers that we already have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
And I think that's the best way, because we're already proposing or making a proposal for someone that got recommended us and they liked our services.
Yeah, of course. Great. I just asked because there's so many different ways to think about, earning new business. And even in SD Metro, we're reaching out to people to see if they want to come onto our show. And so it's always about, building relationships with people that you like and that you trust. Yeah.
And it's been challenging because, during COVID, we couldn't go out and knock on doors. Nobody will let us in, right? I mean, all businesses were closed. People was working remotely. So word of mouth was the best source of leads for us. But now things are opening, and we're going out there again to, promote our services. And of course, social media is always a good source of marketing for us as well.
Yeah, for sure. With people being able to post and update and share so quickly now, I'm sure that a lot
it is amazing, the
that
power.
word of mouth has been put out there for people to see. Thank you so much for coming on our show today. If there's anything that I didn't touch on that you'd like to leave with our audience, what would that be?
The only thing I could mention, and first than anything, thank you very much for having me, would be that, we're going through hard times right now for everyone. And the only thing I can recommend is all you got to do is get up in the morning and go to work and do it right. And, we're going to overcome all this crisis, and we should be pretty good in the future.
For sure.
I'm totally a believer of that. So
me too. There's always a solution. I had a conversation with a friend of mine who's also in cleaning, but he does window cleaning. And he said, businesses fail when you stop coming up with a solution, right?
Right.
When you stop figuring out what the answer to the problem is, that's when you might see a little failure.
And as a business owner, of course, you're going to be faced with different challenges. All you got to do is get up, dust yourself, and
Give your
go to
best
work.
every day. Love
Yes,
that. Thank
yes.
you so much for leaving that with us.
You're welcome, Madeline.
We appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for tuning into another episode of SD Metro Business Rockstars. I'm Madeline McCormick. This is Miguel
Boggiano.
Boggiano. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you.